Hey guys, I'm here with
Austin Erickson.
who got top 16 at the San Jose Regional
Mm-hmm.
yesterday. And what were you playing?
Odd Magicians.
Alright, and this is what he was playing.
Alright then. So first we got triple Odd Eyes.
Why triple?
Because he's just searcher. He's very good for OTKing, and I like being able to overlay using both of them and still having one that I don't have to get back to my hand and I can just search it out later.
And that extra burn damage that he does?
Yeah, it's very good for OTKs. We got triple Dragon Pit, just back row hate, high scale is mandatory at 3. Got triple Oath Dragon. He's very good at recycling for both his pendulum and monster effect.
Well, why triple? Because I know people play 2.
Well, triple because I wanted to be able to go into rank 6s a little more often, and playing only 2, you have to commit him to your scale, and so you're only left with 1, and that way it gives me more availability having 2 extra instead of just 1.
Alright.
So I'm not afraid to go in and just spam those XYZs. We got triple Wisdom Eye. He's just broken, can set up your scales really fast, just loop around. And then we got one Time Breaker.
Is that a tech?
Yeah. He gets around problem cards, like monsters, like Infinity and Rafflesia, so he can target a monster your opponent controls and banish himself and that monster until your next standby phase. So if you banish, like, bait out Infinity, summon him, then banish it, he loses all materials, and then same thing with like Rafflesia, just makes him dead, and then also can enable OTKs.
And what is his pendulum effect?
His pendulum effect protects your pendulum monsters from being destroyed the first time during the turn, so it protects against like bottomless and torrential.
Alright, and why did you tech that card?
I took that card because I had no idea about it. Then my lovely friend Johnny Craig told me about it, and I decided lots of people are going to be playing Infinity and Rafflesia, so why not try it? And it worked out pretty well.
Your friend's pretty smart.
He's very handsome too. Then I play the one Noble Dragon as the tuner. She's just your main ditch fodder for Pendulum Claw and Dragon Pit, and just lets you go into Meteor Burst and all your synchros. Don't play more than one because too cloggy. And then for the non-magicians, we got triple Joker, just Stratos, just really good card. And then triple Kieran.
Why triple? Because people do play 1, 2, and now I guess 3.
Well, I play 3 because once again I wanted to be able to go into rank 6s more often, and I don't necessarily like overlaying with Kieran because, you know, not being able to be targeted or destroyed is just too good, and he recycles your Joker and gets rid of problem monsters as well. So that way having extra to commit to an XYZ is just too good.
And so he's your problem solver.
He is problem solver. And I play one eccentric. I like this card mainly for its scale effect of being able to pop spells and traps, but also this is another problem solver by popping the Fiends, Infinity, Rafflesia, stuff that you can't normally get over. And then lastly, I play 2 Avion.
2?
Just 2. I used to run 3, and I just ran into all 3 in my hand way too often and just dead draw, instant lose. So I decided it's not really the main focus of the deck. It's kind of just an extra just push.
Just a free judgment?
Yeah, so I mean, 2 is just good enough. 3 is a little too cloggy for my taste.
And is that why you're using this rooster,
It is.
Matt,
It
as
is.
for your Apex Avion?
It's practically Apex. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful.
Alright.
Alright, for the spells, we got triple Pendulum Call. Just really good card. Sets up your scales.
Self-explanatory.
Exactly.
And protects your scales, right?
Yep. No wavering eyes. Alright, then double Sky Iris, searchability, also scales protection. And then one fusion.
Why one fusion?
I know a lot of people don't like playing this, but I just think this is just such a good card, especially to search out early game and top deck. If your opponent has everything like an established board and you have nothing, just free summon essentially, and that one summon for Vortex Dragon can solve most all of your problems. So I feel like this is actually worth playing and not having to wait for absolute. just to summon Vortex.
And it's also searchable via Iris, right?
Yep, it's another target. And I play 2 Wavering Eyes. I didn't feel 3 was necessary. I decided the 3rd, but this, my scales are protected most of the time, so it's just against the opponents. 1 Twin Twister.
Why 1?
I ditch enough from my hand using Pendulum Claw as it is, so I felt I didn't want to ditch even more than I had to. It's really good. If I had more, I would probably side another one, but I wouldn't main a second one.
Okay, makes sense.
And then 1 MST because,
To
just 1 for 1, don't have to discard. It's just, MST.
partner up with the twin?
Yep. Alright, and for the traps, I play way more traps than anyone I've seen. Double Breakthrough, Stopping Joker, Sorcerer,
Just your
halting their
problem
plays.
solvers?
Yep, and then also Infinity, stuff like that from the grave. Play 1 Quaking. It's my new favorite Mirror Force. I used to play Storming, but then this came out and just so good because flips them down, solves your problems, it clogs their board, and they can't necessarily get over
And they can't spam if they have a full field?
Exactly. And it allows you time to set up and get over them.
Dirty.
And then for the trap holes, I play 1 Time Space and 1 Bottomless.
Quick and easy problem solvers?
Quick and easy. I didn't have access to Treacherous Trap Hole, but even then, I probably wouldn't have played it, because even though it's good with Rafflesia, I played too many traps, I feel like, and so it would kind of hinder that.
Oh, I see.
And I play 1 Torrential for board wipes, and then 1 Solemn and 1 Vanities, because Solemn Vanity is just too good not to play.
Just quickly ends any combo plays.
Yep.
Why no strikes?
I didn't play any strikes because I didn't have any, and then of course sign up, get my packs, and I pull one, so it would have been nice if I could have thrown it in the deck list really quick, but if I had them, I probably would have played maybe 2, just the 1.
Alright, and just a quick question.
Yeah.
I know some people play Dragon Pulse, and why didn't you play Dragon Pulse?
I actually wanted to play Dragon Pulse at 1, just for the fact of outing problem monsters such as the Fiends, Infinity, Rafflesia, stuff that you can't get over just by committing to your actual board.
Oh, okay.
And that he's another low scale, and he's also a vanilla 18 beater, so he's really good. But I just couldn't find the room for him, honestly, and I didn't think that he'd be necessary.
Because sometimes there's those tight spaces.
Yeah, this is one of those times.
Alright, and this is your extra deck?
Yeah.
Oh, Blue Eyes Ultimate.
It's very sexy. Alright, so for the extra deck, we got Double Vortex.
Why double Vortex?
Double Vortex because this card is just so good. Like I said earlier, just summon it off Fusion using free materials, and then it can just go in from there. Enables OTKs because it can spin monsters. It can negate. It's like a Avion, so it's protection, and it can be offense and defense, and has a 3k booty, so it's very good. Then 1 Meteor Burst because he's very good. Allows you to go in really quickly and not fear any of the monster effects. 1 Moonlight because I was kind of afraid of heroes, and he helps me solve problems around Darklaw and whatnot, but I didn't run into him as much.
And helps with Cosmos, right?
Kind of not really, because he targets, but for any of the ships that can't be targeted, like Slip Rider, it's still good because, they don't hit grave, so they can't do their effects.
But they go back in there.
Yeah.
But then again, who cares?
Yeah. And then I play 1 Rebellion because it's Rebellion, 3k beat stick. And then 2 Absolute.
And why 2?
I used to play 1, and then I slowly started to realize just how good this card is. And so using like Meteor Burst, like usually you synchro summon Meteor Burst, then you overlay using Meteor Burst and as material, and then you just negate an attack and summon him right back, and just go off from there. And when he's destroyed, you can bring out either Vortex or Rebellion, and you can also use him as free material. So he's just too good. He helps you OTK really quickly. Then you got 1 Red Eyes for the extra damage if you can't finish him off in 1 turn.
He's invisible.
He is invisible. He's a ghost. You got one big eye, because big eye is big eye, and sometimes can't get around shit, just take it. And you play one Utopia Beyond. This plus odd eyes equals GG. It's exact 8k if all your attacks go through. So it's just very, very simple OTK. I actually pulled that off once today. Then you got one Norito. I haven't made him much at all, but he can just kind of seal the game, just protect against Wavering Eyes and just spells and traps that would otherwise hurt. And he's just more protection. And you got the one Riff Raff Rafflesia. She's probably the best first turn XYZ you can go into besides Infinity. Just
in this deck or just in general?
In my opinion, in general, because she just takes 2, and she's unaffected by traps.
And just about everything plays level 4s?
Exactly, and then that way you don't have to commit so many just to Ptolemaeus and all that, and just she's just too good not to play.
Just quicker.
Yeah. And one Trapeze just enables
goes in.
OTKs. You just go in from there. And one Castel because it's Castel. And then one Dweller because BA and Cosmo are still things.
Alright, and can we see your side, please?
Yep. Alright, so for side, I had one Ghost Ogre. Again, gets rid of problem monsters. It's another tuner, so I can make synchros. And then also it can hit the scales if they start activating effects. Double Maxi, because it's just super good this format. Everything spams, everything tries to go in really quickly, so this kind of limits their plays.
Scares them?
Yeah. 2 Denko. I mainly had this for BA. I didn't run into it at all today, and I didn't side this. But I still think Denko could be pretty worthy in this format if people start taking more back row. I play a second MST because
just get rid of that back row? Yeah. And those pendulum scales?
Pretty much, and because I didn't have access to another Twister. Sided the third Wavering Eyes. Just, you know...
For those matchups?
Yeah, it's Wavering Eyes. I mean, no explanation needed. And then one Raigeki for just clearing boards, going in from there. And for traps, 2 Decree. This is once again for BA I didn't run into. I honestly feel like this isn't as good right now because everyone's running around with Twisters everywhere. So that way I like Denko better, but this can still lock them down.
Just in case.
Yeah. And then double Geometrio. This I actually really liked and I sided it a lot. It stalls your opponent out kind of. It clogs their board, same as Quaking. And it's just tough for them to maneuver because they can only commit to one XYZ or Synchro or extra deck monster. And it just lets you get around things.
It kind of ends with, or ruins BA plays as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. They can't play with this on board.
Unless they have the Rhino.
That's true. Rhino is a thing.
But even then, they can only summon one monster after that.
Yeah, only one Dante. And then lastly, triple Iron Wall, because Cosmos are a very real thing, and you don't want any of your stuff getting banished, so...
And just in case of that hero matchup as well, or...?
Yeah, Danklaw isn't too much of a problem, but just in case...
shit gets out of hand?
Yeah, pretty much. And that's it.
Just a quick question. Was there anything you would change in any of the main extra inside?
For the main deck, obviously, if I had Strike, I would play 1 or 2 of it. I wouldn't max out at 3, because it's a good card, but it only stops the special summons and effects. But I just don't think it's necessary at 3, and it's kind of a bit much.
Alright.
And then side deck, Decrees. I wish that I had Baylors instead of Decrees or Dankos, just because not many people were playing back row and most of my matchups were Pepe. So that way just stopping all those effects is really crucial.
Stopping the Crobat first turn or so?
Crobat, Sorcerer, all that stuff. It's just super crucial to just staying in the game.
Alright, and what were your matchups?
My first match was actually a mirror match. Then I played one of the Synchro, the hand looping with Omega and Trish. And then I played 2 Cosmo and the rest was Pepe.
Just all Pepe?
Just all Pepe.
And what was your record, to be exact?
I went X2 and my only losses were to my first Pepe player. He was just too good. Set up a
Too quick.
yeah, set up Infinity, Rafflesia, Strike, and then Vector to just seal the deal, and I just couldn't do anything. And then the Cosmo was just my second loss. It was just ridiculous. Just triple Eclipser just went in on me.
Triple Eclipser?
Triple Eclipser.
Not even Dark Destroyer?
No, Reasoning, Etelli's just it was bad.
Oh wow. So he ended you.
He did. He did.
Alright, guys, we have Austin here,
Mm-hmm.
and this is his deck pro for Odd Eyes Magicians. Have a good one, guys.
See you.